Here, founder of Power Your Research, an academic branding company where I help academics and educators increase their visibility, authority, and income without the expense of a publicist. And the title of this video is Writing an Op-Ed for Thought Leaders. So, one of the things that I realized lately that I do, and I'm sure other people do this as well, is I tend to use the terms blog and op ed interchangeably. And I need to work on not doing this because they are actually different things. While a blog post can be an opinion piece, an opinion piece generally has certain elements and also certain outlets that you publish them in. So while there are some similarities, I think it's best to distinguish between the two. And so in this video, we're going to be focusing on op-eds because op-eds are the things that my PhDs who want to be thought leaders and build their brand and leave an impact. Op-eds are the things that you all need to be writing and getting published in big and small outlets alike, because an op-ed is going to be a major component in positioning you as the thought leader in whatever field you're in, whatever the thing is that you want to be known for or the go-to person. Sorry, I'm doing a lot of moving around here. But so focusing in on opinion pieces, these are usually published in news outlets, in larger, more popular publications, and it states your argument. So an opinion piece has to have an argument. It is your opinion backed up with stories, facts, and examples. And an opinion piece is there, you should be writing it from the perspective to serve the reader. And so, whatever your opinion piece topic is, you want to make sure it's going to serve the type of readers that read this particular outlet. And that's important when it comes to pitching your op ed to a publication for placement. I'd say an op ed also seeks to make some sort of change, whether it's to inspire people to do something, inspire people to see your reality is true, to petition a group or organization to do something. An op ed has an argument which you want to lead to some sort of change, no matter how big or small that change is. And then generally, an op ed is going to be original. So typically, no major outlet is going to want to publish your op ed if it has been published elsewhere. So, for example, if you write an op ed on your blog and then you try to pitch it to, say, the New York Times, that will likely disqualify you from being able to publish it on the New York Times site because you've already published it somewhere else. Outlets typically want an original piece, right? It doesn't really help them to be republishing something from somewhere else. So, some elements of an op ed are, it should be in your voice, right? Your voice, your tone. It should be written with some sort of passion. I've found in writing op-eds, the more you do them, you get better. So I used to write op-eds for the Huffington Post. From my first op-ed to my last one, you can see growth. You can see more comfortability with my tone and leaning into my voice. You can actually read the progression of confidence between my first op-ed to my last one. Another element of your op-ed is that if you want to get it published, it needs to connect to something that is trending culturally or in society. It has to be newsworthy, and newsworthy meaning timely. And if it's not as newsworthy, if it's not as timely or relevant to something that's happening in the culture now, you need to connect it to something that is happening in the culture now. And that's super important because that's one of the things that a publication is going to want to see. Why does this op ed topic matter now? So, for example, if you wrote an op ed topic on, I don't know, Tina Turner since she just passed, or the debt ceiling, or anything that is trending right now, or something that we need to pay attention to right now. And like, when I say, it doesn't need to necessarily be something in the news, although that would be my first choice if I were coaching you one on one. It could also be some recent research that came out that you can connect a topic to. So you might say, a study just came out this week that shows that young kids are getting diabetes at alarming rates. And if this is a recent study, then you connect it to why it's relevant now, right? This is alarming because kids are going into summertime and they tend to eat more junk food. Whatever it is, you got to make it timely right now, in the way that you write the op-ed and then the way that you pitch it to the publication. With an op-ed, even though it's called an opinion piece, you still are going to need to support it with facts. When you read op-eds, you see that there are a lot of blue links to different places, links to studies, links to examples that support what the person is saying. And then a final element of an op-ed is that it's non-promotional. Your op-ed should not feel like you're promoting your company or business or book. It's okay sometimes if you reference one of your books, as long as it is directly related to the content and it's there to help the reader. And editors can quickly see if your op-ed is just designed to promote you. And so, you, again, back full circle to the beginning of this video, you want your op-ed to serve the reader first. You're thinking about the reader first and the change that you seek to make with your piece. So I hope that helps. If you're an academic or educator and you're building your brand, op-eds need to be a part of what you plan to do to become the thought leader that you want to become, to get the media coverage and visibility, to make the change you seek to make, and to leave the impact you want to leave. So I hope this helps. Drop any questions or comments in the box below. Feel free to send me a direct message if you have a question. And as always,